Hey, how are you? Got a video here on commercial insurance. I'm going to explain how it works, just the basics, just to go through it so that you feel more confident when you're selling these policies. It is super important that you understand this and feel confident in the product, because as an advisor, what you say today to your customer can make a huge impact on the way they decide to insure their business. And the time where they do have a major claim, you are a very, very important person when it comes time that there's a claim. So I feel super passionate about this to make sure you understand the coverages, how they work, and hopefully this gives you more confidence, or your team gives them more confidence to sell the product. Also, that way you can empower yourself to provide more service to people because you are an advisor, and what you do is very, very important. Please don't ever forget that, because the insurance industry, everybody gets focused on just sales, 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 sales. But advising people and leading with people is the way to go, and will help you generate more business and more sales in the long run anyway. So please pay attention. And if you do get any value, please give a like, please subscribe, please give a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. That's what keeps me going. So let's dive into the basics here of how the general liability and the business owner's policy works. So first off, each occurrence liability, you'll see each occurrence in general aggregate. And we'll start with general liability, also known as GL. These are the top ones here that you'll see standard on most policies. Each occurrence in general aggregate are the liability coverages that you have. So if somebody gets bodily injury or there's property damage, you have $1 million per each occurrence, and general aggregate you have up to $2 million. So if one claim happens over here for $1 million and then another claim happens over here for another $1 million, you have up to $2 million in coverage. Hopefully that makes sense. Products and completed services usually is $1 million in coverage. That is also similar. Products that are going out and completed services. So let's just say you're a manufacturer distributing shoes, and there's defects in the shoes, and there's claims, and a claim happens. That's a product completed, or a service that you provide. As a contractor, for example, you provide a service and somebody sues you, you'll have $1 million in coverage. Personal advertising and injury coverage is for libel, slander, similar to what you see on a homeowner's policy. It is defamation of someone's character, those kinds of things. But typically people see this and they think it's some type of physical bodily injury. No, that would be in the each occurrence or general aggregate, or products and completed services. Personal and advertising injury is for libel, slander, somebody suing you for defamation of their company or product, and they turn around and say, "Hey Chris, why'd you do that? You suck, man. I'm suing you because you put down our insurance agency," right? Medical expenses, similar to auto insurance or home insurance, same thing, covers like incidental accidents or medical expenses like x-rays, ambulances that come along with typically what leads to be a claim. Damage to premises rented to you. So that's also, usually we'll see that up to right around $500,000 or $1 million or even $200,000 or $100,000. It fluctuates between $100,000 and like $1 million. Typically, damage to premises rented is if your business is occupying a space temporarily, and that coverage will cover the premises, the property damage, that if there was property damage to that premises. Also, please keep in mind that each occurrence liability and general aggregate typically is on a premises location. So it needs to be a listed location, like our office, or a warehouse space, or a restaurant space. That location is listed, the square footage is listed, and any claims that happen within that premise is also known as premise liability. So that's the general liability. This is standard, and this would be for someone, and more for the standalone general liability exists for somebody like a contractor. A contractor doesn't necessarily have a space that they have clients coming into. They just really go out and do jobs, and they have completed services. They don't usually have inventory. They're not processing people's credit cards, that kind of thing. But let's just say you're a little restaurant and you have location where people are coming in and people can slip and fall and get hurt on your location, or they're taking your credit cards and you have a bunch of stuff, you have inventory, you have nice artwork on the walls, that kind of thing, you would most likely need a business owner's policy. It's a more comprehensive package. It brings together the general liability and it brings together several other coverages like BPP, also known as BPP, is business personal property. This is like your inventory, your chairs, your tables, stuff, your business personal property, even your equipment that you have in the back. Those kinds of things would be covered. Accounts receivable and business income. Also, if let's just say there's a massive fire in the building, you can't operate, you need business income. Like let's say there's loss of business income, you need to have, that coverage is there for you in the event that your business can't operate and you need to be compensated for the business loss of use, essentially. Cyber coverage, you're transacting people's credit cards, business information, if somebody hacks you. And please make sure, guys, to check all these coverages with your insurance carrier because they all vary to carrier. Cyber coverage could be totally different with company A versus company B. So make sure. Water backup, also, if there is like water backup, exactly what it sounds like, pipes burst and cause damage to the building or to your location, you can't operate. Water backup coverage is there for you. EPLI, employment practice liability insurance. So if your employees sue you because you didn't give them a lunch break or there were some racist remarks made to them or something like that, that's employment practice liability insurance. Also very important to have. And then one thing I didn't list here, I just realized, is the building coverage. So business owners' policies can actually cover the building as well. So that is that. Hopefully that explains it, guys. If that helps, please let me know. I really appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys at the top. Peace.